And welcome back. We left off last time in Short Empire. Uh, Here we're starting to solve the metal problem, just because the demilitarization plant is working pretty well. We got 2 levels done on that, wanting to work on the third. Having a little bit of a worker shortage, which may be what's contributing to our throughput issues. Here. 100% sure... Maybe we're getting more throughput before that we're not getting now that it's upgraded. Not 100% sure why. Yeah, we're still having throughput issues, which is preventing us from shipping what we want. Oh, now we're having shipping issues over here as well, which isn't helping. Bottlenecks. See, there's a bottleneck in there. Okay, we didn't manage to get any of that metal moved. Which would probably be truck issues over there, if that's the case. Okay, we'll cycle a couple of turns and see if that starts to solve itself. The new truck hub. Victory Pact wise. These guys wanted even less than before, but these guys are the only ones I think that were vaguely open to it anyway. We may come after them at some point if they're not open to it, and we're close to victory. We're going up a little bit, we're up to 24.2. We haven't really gained any territories, that's just population growth. We're just growing faster than everyone else. Well, I suppose what might actually be happening is the other people might be shrinking. And we're just doing a better job of holding on to our population. That's a little hard to tell and or check. Oh, and I suppose we did just set up a new maritime transport line. Maybe hasn't kicked in really yet. Oh, and we saturated one of them, so... Dahlia Bay apparently doesn't have the shipping. Yeah, Dahlia Bay is kind of sort of saturated in shipping. Okay, so it might be worth trying to shipyard some more materials into them at some point. What does shipyard cost? 2,000 credits and only 2,000 credits. Okay. No diplomatic please. What is our language level with Ozar? Reasonable level. Okay, both reasonable. Let's... it would be a bit of a splurge. I don't necessarily know exactly how much better the Xeno Diplo team is over the Xeno Diplomat here. So we're going to do the whole Diplo team to negotiate with these guys. See if we can get a little bit better results with that. And we've moved straight on to upgrading the next truck station, so we'll see if that helps. But yeah, the magic metal mines, in the long run, are basically going to be the solution to metal. As I always tend to experience, any planet where you got plenty of oil, you don't have enough metal, unless you use the demilitarization plants. Any planet where you have plenty of metal, you usually don't have enough oil, so you have to do some sort of synthetic oil. In a way, I kind of actually prefer having to do synthetic oil, because there's just more options for synthetic oil. You can do biofuel, there's synthetic plants, there's deep core mining? I forgot the exact name of it. There's multiple different ways of getting petrol, basically, that isn't than petrol mines. It's a little bit easier if petrol is the thing you're short on, naturally. On the other hand, I like trees. Forests are nice, and the forests are always the ones that go with the good petrol maps. So I've got that complication there. Okay, we got our resonance scanners. incident with oversight. We like fists, so we're actually gonna discipline the leader, probably in the turnaround, and try to raise his opinion. Set salaries. Would raise the salaries. This is not going to make a big difference, I think. Give everyone a very slight raise.
Roger that.
So yeah, it's like a 5-3 something ish across the board.
Roger that.
Oh, and we had polymer armor, so we can do heavy combat armor, which is probably what we want to do. As I think tech-wise, there's no more military stuff we can do to sneak closer to automation over here. So yeah, the next military one is probably just going to be optimizing troops. Because we're still waiting for high-tech to be discovered. And we're not necessarily running off to the atomic capacity. So yeah, probably want heavy combat armor. So we're going to ask them to join us. They're probably going to say no.
Roger that.
Yeah, the difficulty is still too high on our roll. It's not telling us what the rolls are, so it's hard to tell what we need to do to improve it. And yeah, we didn't save it enough to do the 90. The 90 might have done it. Surprising the 90 would have done it. As far as demands, we're Scholar Democracy to go up. That just needs more unrest events. We could technically increase our recruiting to clear the other one faster. Okay, Governor Moncurn here. We need you to like us a little bit more. Or we need to get rid of you. That's the other way we deal with this problem, is we could replace you. So your faction, so you're just going to piss the entire faction off. Are you in a faction? No, you're unaligned, so let's... You're also somewhat decent, so what we're going to do is we're going to call you up.
Yes.
We're going to give you... I don't actually know. I'd expect it to be a better job. So we're going to say we're going to give you a better job. And then the governor here, the Governor Moncron, we're going to call you up.
Standing by for orders.
And we're going to relieve you of your job. The other one was a better job, and this is probably just another job. So we're going to say we're giving you another job. And probably why you're swapping is a good time to try to raise your opinion. Or you could just try to fire him right now, even though I've told him I'm going to give him the job. So we gave him golden retirement. Which would only be a difficulty of 48. Could potentially silver him. However, has a 50% chance to get rid of a seniority 50 person. Yeah, we'll try.
Roger that.
We'd like to receive a fitting job. Well, we'll see.
Roger that.
Okay. So the person that really didn't like us has now retired. We've retired him. He was decent, but he was getting grumpy. Yeah, and then we'll try to replace him in a bit. This is the guy. This will probably be better for the spot anyway. This is a hard learning pool guy. Oh, I don't have enough split power to attach you to anyone, so we'll stop where we are for the moment. Improving the truck station. Hiring has improved. Did that improve? Still hasn't improved trying to ship any of that metal out, which is a little bit of an issue. So where is the bottleneck now? Bottleneck's apparently here. And here. So we have better shipping out of the south. That might be what's contributing a little bit to it. And we have the shipping's up here saturated. And we're at 100%, I think, if we go and hide units. Yeah, we're at 100%. So anything more is going to improve it. Yeah, we do want that truck station to improve in throughput, which at the moment probably just means upgrading it again. At the current burn rate on metal, we should still finish the next truck station before we run out of metal. So I'm not going to be too paranoid about it yet. We're going to continue advancing time. And honestly, if the next truck station doesn't do it, then we're going to have to just throw in a rail network. And that will be expensive in its own right. So next turn we should have 2 empty jobs. We only got one person to fill it. Granted, we'll probably have enough political power. I can probably just recruit more people. At some point, I should just start going through and doing a proverbial purge of the hard-to-appease leaders, I think. Well, say hard-to-appease. Probably purge of the lower quality leaders. Of decisions. No, actually, no. We got 3 people. They're all pretty suitable. Which position? This is the divisor position. We want to do the zone position first, the governor position. So you're the most competent to be that governor. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
DJ did not increase. That's good to see. We'll grab the democracy one here. We'll probably now have the democracy. Nope, because democracy is being suppressed by meritocracy. Okay. Plant army. Do we want a bad advisor or a bad advisor? Or do I want to strat card up another person? Civilian.
Roger that.
Strat card up a civilian, who will probably be better at it than the cap ones. Better than it than the cap ones, yep.
Aye, aye, sir.
And then we'll probably go about having those guys leave the service of our government. Bronze retirement. Bronze retirement costs less political power than 0 retirement, so we're going to bronze retire the reserve pool members.
Roger that. Roger that.
There we go. And then, actually, let's go ahead and also... cabinet. We got 3 advisors. Let's actually get these guys advising. So I'm probably just going to give them to advisement jobs of various cities. So we're going to say up here, we're going to attach you to capital. If I can find a list of all our advisors, or all our possible spots. There we go.
Roger that.
And you aren't advising anyone. We're going to assign you. We're going to attach you. No, now I'm forgetting the name of the place I want to attach you. Hopefully that didn't cost the local power until I can figure out where I want to send you. Dionysus Ocean, okay.
Standing by for orders.
Aye, aye, sir.
And then Collins, which is our petrol well. We'll get the last one. The last one's probably the guy we were most likely to get rid of. Collins. Collins.
Affirmative.
Okay. Okay, nothing I necessarily want to invest in there right now. What's the maritime contracts looking like? Yeah, we want to probably extend that one. That's a bit expensive per turn. But we do definitely want to extend it. Or do I just want to... Yeah, we want to extend it. We want to keep that throughput, so we'll pay for the extension.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Wait, we're out of machines, so I should buy more machines.
Affirmative.
Okay, that should keep our construction going. Looks like the truck station got delayed by apparently half a turn, but around about half a turn. Still not moving that metal, which is interesting problem. Probably due to shipbuilding issues with them. I have the political power. Let's try to throw more shipyard capacity. Got these guys. Got 4 more ships for them. Throw another 4 ships at the... Oh, another 3 ships at them. Okay. So, if we now look at Dahlia Bay, we just gave them 6 more ships. I don't know how much that has increased their logistical capacity, their cargo capacity. Okay, they're contracted for more points than they have. Okay, so maybe that's made a difference, but it's not going to be enough. And that's probably why the extension was so expensive. suppose another way to do these transports is if I set up airfields on both sides. We have developed transport planes, so we could have transport planes run supplies back and forth. Though that would take a decent amount of time building the airships, because the airships would have to go up to level 3, I think, to get enough throughput to support, well, to get them high enough level to support the transport planes. There's deep core mining, which is one of those ways to get more petrol if we need petrol. Here we're working towards trying to get automation, so we want either power banks, water purification, or volcanic energy tamping. Water purification is the one that's going to be the quickest. We'll take that first. We don't have enough customization points to customize the thing we probably want, which would be the motorized.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Yes.
We'll take some democracy.
Yes, sir.
Take some merit. We do still want to be merit, so we'll go merit here. And then all the educators of the Crusader Sept we want with Brunderstein. All the educators, probably.
Roger that.
I don't think we got any more. Well, we might have got. No. So I don't think we got any more shipbuilding. Faction opinion, or personal opinion-wise, what's our lowest opinion? Governor Moncron. That's Gus Jordan here. We do probably want to improve his relations. We're gonna keep him around. Let's play some strat cards on him. Official gift.
Roger that.
That worked. That worked. It's now not the least happy person in the government. Yeah, that's the director of the staff council now. Okay, and everyone's above 50, so we'll roll with that. Covert ops, no luck on pulling any pleads. I do a volunteer drive. In fact, let's do a volunteer drive. Not in the capital, in the zone next to the capital.
Roger that.
Failure. Okay, so we didn't get a particularly great haul. That's because one of our demands is raise the amount of soldiery, 26%. And if democracy doesn't go down, we'll clear the other one. Okay, these the demilitarization plant should finish, and then the truck station should be able to finish as well, without any delays. Still not managing to ship any of that metal. That's a bit of a shame. We may need to start actually contemplate maybe doing planes or something just to get it across. Because I don't have the ability to give more shipbuilding capacity to Dahlia Bay, and they're kind of responsible for the shipping from point A to point B. So if the truck station isn't the problem, then it's the ports. Well, it's the ships going between the ports. That will be the problem. of which the quickest solution is planes. Which isn't quick, because it's going to be like 6 turns to get the airport set up per side. That's assuming I can get both sides going at the same speed. Back to us, we got 9 decisions, one of which is going to be what to do with the quack doctors.
Roger that.
Order received.
OOB operationalizing. Blah. Can I pronounce that correctly? The answer is probably no. We'll probably want the armored army at some point. I'm not sure. If I flip through the thing, we can probably see what we succeeded or failed on. Or what we just developed. Or staff council? What did we just finish? Heavy MG infantry army, okay. Demands. Did we clear the democracy demand? No, democracy dropped back 10 to 40. Just to make that clear. We're likely to fail that one. And we need democracy, so we'll actually take the democracy one, even though the merit in the long run.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Demilitarization was delayed due to the shortage of machine parts, because of course it was. We sell a bunch of petrol to afford more machine parts. Could sell some rare earth, but we're going to hold off on that. And then we'll buy 8 machine parts. Which should be enough for that to complete. We don't get any more delays. Zone-wise... let's do volunteer drive again. Actually, let's do it. A couple different zones. We'll do it here.
Roger that.
Some guys there. We'll do it here.
Roger that.
And doing it back-to-back is why... we have a work short here, I think. Well, that and the workers are apparently paid less than the civilians? No, we've done a pay up here. You just want higher quality living, that makes sense. Something we are going to have to come around as soon as we truly solve the metal problem. Wait, 2 more turns we should finish that demilitarization plant. I would have probably finished it next turn had I not had a machine part shortage. If we continue to have metal transport problems, what we'll probably swap over to doing is maybe building some air bases up. We'd have to get all the way up to Airbase 3 to support the transport planes. But then we can start pretty heavily transporting stuff via plane. In fact, because we have local metal, this will be a little bit of a trial. I'm not sure if this is going to work the way I want it to. But we're going to try it out. We're going to start building our base here. So in theory, if that can draw from the local metal, that would be best. Because we obviously have the local metal. This side will have to be delayed a little bit because we don't have we have consumption here. Metal in, metal out. Whereas we got consumption here, we got no outage transport. Could optimally deliver to the SHQ. 0 was delivered to the SHQ because nothing's being delivered to the SHQ from here apparently. Even though it is on a port, so there's a port here that should be helping deliver stuff. Okay, looks like the Xenoforms have moved away from there, so we can move up the coast a little bit. We'll cycle one more turn, see if the stuff I just did is working, and then we'll put a part break in. And to be fair, practicing a little bit with doing air logistics is probably useful, because if we're really going to have to fight to win on this map, we're probably going to need to do that to get the victory score we need. $193, 7 decisions. We did get the democracy, so there we go. Actually, we'll click through and take a look at that. Bid. Oh, and we promised it to a faction that no longer exists. As long as it gives me word score, I'm happy. Yeah, apparently I probably fired the last guy with the faction or something. Soldiers, we want to hit 26%. We only got up to 23%. It's not growing fast enough, so we're probably actually going to fail that demand. Yeah, it's a good thing our word went up, because our word's probably going to go down in a couple turns.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Copy that.
This one actually has a 50-50 chance, I think, of success, so we'll roll it. And... failure. Okay. Wasn't a critical failure, but it was worth the attempt because it had a chance of success.
Yes. Roger that.
Okay, so demilitarization plant should finish next turn. Truck station should finish in 2 turns. And we were able to pull from the local metal supply to build the airfield here. So we can keep building that airfield. Build the airbase. Would actually make sense to probably also expand that truck hub. Truck station. As this is one of the more major ports on the island. So if we can pull from the local metal supply, we'll do that.
Yes, sir. We're going in. Run! Run! Run!
Well, that was a morale failure. Okay. Still no luck with our Diplo thing. Did get a zoo product, so we'll play the zoo product somewhere. Capital doesn't have one, so we'll put it in the capital. You've got stuff. You've got stuff. You're not upgradable, so when you run out, you run out. You've got stuff. Okay. Suppose I should actually check. It's been a while. Check to see if any of the places the civilians are mining are empty. Is Moonkron has an empty petrol well, so I'll actually do a peripheral mining on you then.
Affirmative.
And, what's the quality of life in here? Do you want to improve your quality of life? So let's go ahead. That was the wrong card. We want to do strat card on the zone. Do a private investment.
Affirmative.
We've got them, so we might as well spend them. Food is probably reasonably cheap, so let's buy some food. Just keep the food stockpile from looking dangerously low.
Affirmative.
Okay, when this end turn here finishes cycling, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. I'm going to record one more part tonight. So if you're watching YouTube, you can be guaranteed that there's going to be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching Twitch, feel free to hang around for that one part. I'm going to take a quick stretch. Which will probably be the quickest of all the stretches we've taken during this stream. So, I'll take a quick stretch and then get right back to it. So channel-wise, I am thinking of transferring over to a 5-game cycle instead of a 4-game cycle. So the next stream of this will probably be in 5 days. That shouldn't cause an interruption for YouTube, because I think we're about 8 parts ahead of recorded on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube and you're hearing this, you can expect that to be a part of tomorrow, because I'm going to go to part of tomorrow. And then you can probably expect there's going to be a part the day after tomorrow. Because we'll almost certainly run around recording it by then. Unless we somehow win within the next part, which probably isn't happening. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part. And bye for now.